Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Valentine, Nebraska, Drake, Massachusetts.
How's that?
That one. Saltville, Virginia. Fetzer, Texas. Pratt, Kansas. Gdansk, Poland. I'm going blind. That's what's happening to me.
Now, are those prescriptions or are those cheaters? Your glasses that you're wearing today, are they prescription or are
what
they
are
like
cheaters?
Like drugstore guys?
No, these are
the real deal
in an eyeglass store.
And
But it's really like I take glasses with me now wherever I go. So I've gone into a new area of deterioration.
You're at that
of my
mode
body.
where you keep them in different locations around the house?
Well, I got them. I've done that for years.
Yeah, I do that.
Years.
I do that.
Years and years.
The one that gets the most use is the kitchen glasses. Because
Yes.
you have to read labels and stuff like that.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I have them everywhere. But anywho, welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. Great to have you along on a Thursday program. We are very, very happy to be with you today. A while back, if you were paying attention, we tried to get a watch guy on the show because I've got this newfound interest in watches. And then what I forgot is that social media discovers what you're interested in, what you surf, and it's still disconcerting to me.
Oh, yeah.
That they, with the algorithms that they have, that they're able to reach out and grab you. And it's random to an extent because you never know when something's going to pop up. But there was a service, and I'm such a rube. I am such a rube that this guy is hawking a course on how to invest in watches, and he'll tell you how he's done it. And of course, it's one of those things that I've seen a million times. I should recognize them right away, where you click on the free video, and after you give them your information, and it is it's text and talking. Where they scroll the text down at the bottom, and it's always something you're interested in.
Sure.
And something and I realize now I go 5 seconds, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's one of those. Doom. And I dump out of it. And then later on, because I left my email address, I get an email.
The contact.
We know this is how sophisticated they're getting now. We noticed that you only logged minutes.
Oh, no.
With our little seminar, and I'm like, wow. And that, of course, is more off-putting to me than anything they could possibly say.
I guess that the consumption rate?
Yeah, I guess are they counting on people that are going to get guilted into hopping back on or something like that?
They're all about time.
Time. But it's interesting because, like many people in today's day and age, I think that for the economy and for people that have any kind of business based on the economy or have any investments or any, I don't know if I'm like the majority of people, but things have been for the better part of 3 years laying there.
Yeah.
I mean, doing nothing. So
we
you
had
look
a
at
nice
stuff,
run in 2021, technically. The economy boomed in 2021.
Not
Mike's economy.
Fair enough.
Not as much as it could have. For me, it's been.
We're talking about Mike's personal economy.
Yeah. If in fairness, most people are dealing with the downturn now, right?
Sure.
So that's why prices are high in some things, and then luxury goods are coming down.
Well, I'm talking about like investing. It's just been kind of laying there.
I put
for
all
a
of
long
my
time.
money. I put all of my money in eggs.
And I've never, ever felt, and I've been an investor for a long time, where I've had a retirement account for a long time. And I've always felt like it doesn't fit my personality. Now, if I succumb and decided that I would do things that fit my personality, I would probably be living in a refrigerator box. But I think I'm like a lot of people where, you say to yourself, well, what can I do? So something like this comes along and says, hey, here's something new that you have a passion about. Maybe you could invest in that. And I never pull the trigger because I think it would be foolish. But at the same time, I'm always curious about different opportunities because I think most Americans are, because we are, if you are what is described as a conservative investor in the stock market, it's a slog. It's not an overnight thing unless, of course, you're, Bernie Madoff, and then he lies about a Ponzi scheme and tells you get 28% on your money.
What do they always say? It's well, I've heard. I don't know firsthand. It's your horizon. When is your horizon? Like, when are you retiring? When do you need the money?
Mine's changed over the years.
Correct.
When I was the second, 1997, my horizon was 48 years old. It is now 93.
Yeah. It's actually,
and by the way, 93 if I want to move into a state-run facility in Jersey
He's
City.
not lying. This man bought a retirement home in his 40s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mike,
in a community for 55 up in his 40s.
Take some comfort. At least you're talking about a financial horizon. I'm talking about, for me, the final horizon.
The final horizon, the final countdown.
That's right.
What was your
also 65?
Can you game out your watch
strategy?
Yeah, just overall.
Because it's not something. Okay, from my cursory knowledge of the game.
Yes, I'm not. This is not
okay.
To make
The
fun of you. I'm just
cursory
curious.
knowledge of the game. There are. There's one word in the watch game that is still and probably forever will be the investment watch, and that's Rolex.
Sure.
Rolex. There is a particular watch that's attributed to a celebrity that is floating around that is extraordinary. Like, I don't want to say 10 times value, but 6-7 times value for if you acquire one of these, which are impossible to get now. No.
Is it the Pete Rose Timex?
No, think more modern and think music.
Ooh.
And think very relatively contemporary.
Contemporary music.
Relatively contemporary.
Brad Pitt.
No, he's not music.
No,
I'll give you one more hint. Ready?
All right.
Think swordsman.
Swordsman. Oh,
A
Pete
man
Wentz
who-
Rolex with the long dial?
No,
Kanye West.
no, not that relevant. Not that new.
Man, swordsman.
Nick
This
Cannon?
is somebody, but somebody who, a la
Nick
Pete
Cannon,
Davidson,
yeah, that's a swordsman.
is
Yeah.
known
God bless him.
to date the ladies.
Right. Right.
He's known as
Adam Levine?
close, getting much warmer,
Ooh,
much
okay.
In the
warmer.
pop world. Blake Shelton?
No, because he had his little thing
Yeah,
with Gwen Stefani,
yeah.
but he's not a man who has dated and dated and dated. The watch
Thinking of
that
The
is
Voice.
getting the most attention
Yeah.
is referred to as the John Mayer Daytona.
Oh, he is a watch guy. That's
Yeah,
right.
and he is a
Solid
swordsman,
gold
yeah.
watch
Yes.
with a green dial
me look at
and a
this up.
chronograph. It's got all the different what they call complications on them. That watch,
Complications? That's like features?
features on it.
That's really
And-
cool. I like that.
Well,
This is ostentatious at best, but very expensive.
yeah.
it's very,
Holy
very
whoa.
expensive and
Oh, you
and
can
a
get
nice
change
looking
back.
watch.
You can get change back on $100,000 if you buy that watch.
But that watch, if you bought it new,
Yeah.
way back in the day before it was John Mayer's watch, I'm not sure what it would have cost you, but probably 25,000.
Certainly not
28,000.
Probably
81,
very
85,000.
popular in the Asian markets as green. Kind of looks like jade with the green.
Well,
face.
and also, a lot of hinkeydom out there. And I watch a lot of these guys that are in the market. It's called the gray market, Oscar, since you're asking
Like the
about
gray
my
man,
knowledge.
yes.
Where you've got the aftermarket watches where you can buy a watch and, if you're lucky enough and you know how to play the game, you can sell that watch and make a profit the same day you buy the watch.
I
But
miss
I don't
the
nothing
days.
of, I don't know enough about it where I would be able to risk that. And by the way, this doesn't have to be John Mayer she expensive watches.
any
You
watch.
can get in for different watches as well.
I miss
So
the
that's
days
way
when
I
you
go.
could buy a Rolex, a genuine Rolex on the streets of New York for $25.
$25.
And they were neat because a lot of times the Rolex has a smooth second hand. These would tick.
You're so much cooler than my parents, or I love you, Pops, but my dad.
Yes.
This past Sunday, he brought up,
Are you talking to me?
yes, I'm talking
thank
to
you.
you.
He's never
No,
told
that's
he's
it.
never
Sometimes
called me
when you give
cool.
me a compliment, I got to really
No,
grab it
no,
and
it's-
linger and
Like,
bathe
you're
in it
talking
like a
about
hot tub.
Watches. My father brought up this dusty volume set to the kitchen from the basement, but mint condition, quote unquote.
Sure.
A Britannica encyclopedia set from 1917.
New? I mean,
not new.
First owned?
Yes, first owned.
Oh my God, look it up.
Yeah.
I did. It's worth $350. Have you heard of Google? No one
wait
cares
a
about
minute.
encyclopedias.
No, but it's not the knowledge base of it. It's the fact
full
that
set, yes.
it's a full set of encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Only 300. Are you kidding me? I would think that would be extraordinarily valuable.
There was so much.
It's like a history lesson.
There's so much less history then. Almost over 100 years less.
There's a lot missing.
Yeah, you don't get your money's worth.
There's nothing about the Three Stooges in it.
See,
Floored.
I just on the top of it,
I thought it was cool as well. I was like, "This is. I can't believe you have this, Pops." He's like, "I've been storing this, but I just found it. I forgot I had it." And I said,
"This was my retirement."
Yeah, and
Oscar,
I said,
just out of curiosity, sitting at the table in your parents' house, in how many minutes did you know the exact value?
Less
of
than
that?
5. I looked at it. I opened up the book.
Instantaneously, right?
I pulled it up. He's like, and he didn't believe it, and because he was, deflated. And I said,
"What was your source?"
I said, "Wait, there's another one for $380."
It was just eBay.
You're so cruel.
Oh, and the thing about eBay, and I've been refreshed on eBay lately.
Yeah, because your eBay game's on point.
The thing is you go on eBay, what people ask is not what they're getting.
Well, you can buy the buy
less.
it now prices. They call it on eBay.
Yeah, and that's hard. I've found out over the past few weeks, best to start low and let them fight it out. You benefit that way.
Okay, what I've heard in the watch game, and this is once again just brushing the surface, no knowledge of it, never done it, never would do it,
right?
Unless I went to school for a year.
Do you know the best social media place to follow watches is TikTok?
TikTok, internet, Bitcoin. In a minute, I'm going to play a clip of a guy that Robert Wood reached out to me.
Oh, really?
And
the real guy?
Yeah, he sounded like he had a contact with this guy. So I'll play a clip from him in a second. Like he's a foreign gentleman.
No one knows Wood is good.
That might be interested. A watch expert who's on.
Coxman.
But then I realized that Robert was passing along his information to me that I now have to pass along to.
Yeah. I thought Robert would book the man and then be embarrassed. And Mike doesn't want him. That's what we do.
Yeah, Robert. But I guess he's not going to do it.
Don't forget to wind your watch.
No, but he's a watch enthusiast as well, Robert Wood. And so we were commiserating on that. And then he said, do you know this guy? I said, of course I watch this guy all the time. He's like the guy we were trying to get, only with a pulse.
Okay.
That's how I would describe it. But we'll get to him in a second. So the game, the way I understand it, would be get you to your real websites where they sell watches secondhand. Websites that do it.
Not
dealers that do it
.ru,
professionally.
Not .ru.
No, nothing Russian.
.com.
Yes.
And then
.biz.
go to the Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Where people go, I love you, and they buy, but I don't know. I have
but
no
the
idea
Facebook Marketplace is riddled with
cheap.
That's still the sweaty
fakes.
handshake.
It is, and it also. But the good thing about marketplaces, they can target your area, so you don't have to worry about shipping. You can actually see it. Like eBay, automatically, you're going to be looking at the entire world.
Yeah, but don't you want more people?
Well, don't you want a better deal where you can go and close it out and not worry about something from Great Britain?
Are you talking about Facebook?
Yeah, the Facebook Marketplace is kind of fun.
Listen, let me explain you in Facebook. Rob gets something he likes.
Yeah, but
and it will not change. It will not. They can urinate in his Wheaties, and he will not leave. But it's all.
Marketplace.
You will be on Facebook.
Place.
You'll be the last person on Facebook.
And
you will love
probably not for luxury goods though.
It's going to be sad though, because when you're the only person on Facebook, who will you message?
This is true.
Probably not.
But you
for
love
luxury
it.
Goods.
Well, I would think so, but it is a sort. People do list luxury goods there.
Yeah, but I would think the people that do that are rubes,
and that's why you have to take advantage of it.
Not the people that are trying to sell them. People
I
are trying to buy
agree.
them.
Aha. Okay. Yeah.
I just feel like that's where you get the fakes.
I have my sources,
like
and I don't buy secondhand. I don't buy luxury watches, but I buy watches that could pass if you were glancing at them.
Yes. Tom Glancy.
If you were glancing at a watch very quickly, you would think
beautiful.
It's beautiful, and it is we're turning Japanese watch, like many of my watches, which I like. However, this one problematic.
Found.
That's why I got up, went winky tink.
Yeah.
Heard my wife in the shower.
Nice.
At 3:40.
Just come home from a date. What happened?
Well, she's going to her networking group.
Of course. Yeah.
Coming home from a date.
I want to tell you.
You dick. Anyway, so I get there and I go in to go winky to. I'm like, oh my God, what is she doing? She's got her networking thing, and that's when the jealousy starts to spin in my head. Where I'm like going, who's that? And by the way, she left me today to go to the 7:30 a.m. meeting, looking insane. And so it was all right. So I go in there.
But you're good because who else is going to make her the bouillabaisse?
No one.
Bourguignon.
No one. Those little workout guys, that run the it's a business networking down here. I will tell you that I looked at my watch and my watch had stopped.
Oh.
And I was not happy about that. I was not, because this is an automatic, which is self-winding. That's how you do it. I've had a problem with this watch before. Now, I did a little of that, and it's been fine
That's
since.
not code, is it?
No.
That's why you have to wear it on your right hand.
Shut up, pony. Don't get involved. Mike,
do you wear your watch on your right hand?
No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
No,
That was a bad joke.
he's making
he's over in the comedy club. Mike, have you ever heard of a brand of watch called Richard Mille? Mille?
Yes. Yeah, very, is it Neil or Meal?
Meal. M as in
Meal,
Mary. This is available in Ashburn for $158,000.
Yeah, that's a high luxury watch.
And it says, "Hi, is this item still available?"
I'm not confident enough. I am not confident enough to mention the makers of watches yet, because I fear that I will mispronounce their names. That's how limited my knowledge is. But getting back to the whole thing, it's a lot of this guy was kind of indicating you buy at a certain place, like a dealer, that does this, where they haggle and stuff, and then you go sell it on your own, and you can, make a little profit. And he's got it's the same old. Selling real estate. It's like the guys that don't sell real estate. So how do they make money? They teach you a course on how to sell real estate, and that's their biggest nut.
Yeah.
Their nut has nothing to do with making money the way they did, because if that was the way they did it, they'd still do it, and they wouldn't tell you because they wouldn't want you to know. But if they're going to sell you their ideas and make a fortune doing that because the price point is so much more lucrative for them, that's what they do.
That's right.
Rubes.
They got to get you into the hotel ballroom and sit down at those conference tables.
It doesn't prohibit me from completely shutting the door on any idea, because the idea of that business intrigues me for one reason and one reason only. That anything that is considered an investment that is fun would be something, if you knew enough about it, and I have known people that have done this with exotic cars, where I know people who have owned exotic cars who have financed other things in their life through the sale of exotic cars and rolled one into the other, and they're never not making a profit.
Let me ask you this.
That's it. Yes.
First, speaking of names, there's a mall in Newport Beach, California.
Okay.
By the way,
it's called Newport Beach Mall.
It's called Fashion Island.
Okay, sorry. Yes, Rob. Mike.
Fashion Island is the nicest mall I've ever been to in my life.
Oh, the one that was owned by Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah.
Welcome
to Fashion Island.
Smiles, everyone. Smiles.
What is fashion? Because there are that guy that wouldn't come on our show, and I'm still pissed about it.
You should be. He's an ass.
I'm still pissed that he just blew us off.
I thought we exposed him as an owner-operator. He had too much on his plate.
I don't know. He gets a lot of players, man. He still gets a lot of players, but he's tight. He's a stiff. But anyway, is there a watch store there in this mall?
I recall walking into a jewelry store with my brother-in-law. He did not buy anything, but we were looking, and I quickly saw numbers that I needed to scurry away from.
Yes.
But they had what is it, Hublot or Hublot?
Hublot. Hublot.
Oh, I'm a rube.
Hublot.
Just when I think I'm classy, I'm trashy.
The guy I'm going to try to get on the show, or we are now, that we're not going to have on the show again, because it's like, whatever. I don't know. What?
Is it Hublot?
Hublot, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's the French pronunciation of...
this is what I love about my brother-in-law. He'll tell me the truth. I said, is that a Hublot? I said, is that a Hublot? Did you like the Hublot? I was just messing with him. He's like, he looked at me, he's like, you're doing shtick, but I actually don't know either.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
And these names are hard, like Aubameyang Piguet, which is AP, known in the
Fashion Island has...
You're like the lady in Showgirls who wants to go buy something from Hermes.
Yeah, Hermes.
Yeah.
I like to go to Hermes today.
Yeah.
Fashion Island. The nicest, like the best stores for like for whatever you'd like, the ladies, men's, whatever. Mm-hmm. But the best looking like shopping
Clientele.
experience I've ever seen in my life.
Like behind the counter or shopping in
Everybody.
the store?
Working,
Fun.
shopping. Working,
That's fun.
shopping. I had to tell my father at one point, I was like, Dad, I'm happy. Like we clearly, I don't know if I'm adopted, but I don't have the libido you do. But if you turn around and glance at a woman in your 80s, you don't turn around your entire body. You just look back. He goes, I can't turn my neck that far. So he turned.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, he turns
I'm
all
63.
the way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Turn around, stare.
I said,
There might be a cure for that in his encyclopedia.
I said, Mom's right there. She's gonna catch you. Knock it off.
Now, did this have watches or everything else, like purses and wallets and
Everything?
Or was this a watch store?
Everything. Like they have Neiman Marcus. They have
Cinnabon?
I didn't see a Cinnabon.
Well, then that place should burn to the
thing is,
ground.
in New York,
Yes.
they have these like watch emporiums.
Yes.
They have.
They had
that
a
are just
Rolex
like-
store. I remember walking by. I did not go in. I just
Remember
passed
when
by.
we went down to the Diamond District?
Yeah.
Did they
Yep,
have like
absolutely.
a watch district where they would?
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do. But I think that in New York, these were boutiques that
That's
had
where I saw the
retail
hublot.
prices on watches. Now, this guy,
In person.
Robert Wood,
Robert
that told me about. Don't know whether we can get him on the show. The guy's name is Nico Leonard. I think he is Dutch or British. He's got kind of a mixture of the Dutch-British accent, and he's very opinionated.
Does he
And
sound
I
like
think
Tom Hanks in the Elvis movie?
Maybe to a degree. I don't know.
Wow.
So let me play you a clip of this guy. And he's talking to, he talks about watches. He reacts to people and their watches. And tell me if you think this guy might be interesting to talk to.
Okay.
I think he would be. This guy's Nico Leonard. all right?
Today, in this amazing blazer, I'm going to react to more Antique Roadshow videos.
I brought in a Rolex watch that I had purchased while I was in military. I flew on Continental Airlines, and I noticed that most of the pilots wore Rolex watches, and I was intrigued by them.
Pilots are one of the reasons why wristwatches are so incredibly popular today. Pilots were cool motherfuckers. Being a pilot was one of the most respected jobs you could have. During the First World War, all these cool pilots were wearing watches, and that's one of the reasons why watches became a real man's accessory, because they were worn by tough, cool man.
Plural of man is man. You always say
Oh, man or man?
I knew that the Rolex
And it's on and on like
I like
that.
the shtick.
I like
They
it
bust
too,
his
yeah.
balls
Yeah,
about
I
his
see why I
lack
like
of
him.
English, and he's real. And it's just he's an interesting chap, and I think it might be kind of fun to have this guy
How do
give
you
us a
spell-
little primer.
How do you spell Nico?
NICO.
Okay, very good. And Leonard.
It's and Robert Wood. I will send you the info. But
Please
Robert
do.
Wood, here we go.
Wasn't popular at all. No one really wanted that watch.
after I got out of the service.
So and then he analyzes the watch, and he's got a guy that looks like a guy from Central Casting playing an old hippie.
I've seen,
that's
I've
on
seen that.
Antiques Roadshow.
I've seen that.
I've seen that episode
Yeah.
too.
Like
that
in
he's
real
talking
time,
about.
where I was like, "Whoa,
Let me see if I can get any more of this Nico guy.
you've had this box for 40 years."
Filled in. And that is not just unusual, it's suspicious.
These watches become very collectible and valuable. It's got a couple very special features about it.
The dial is very, very special. Paul Newman Rolex Daytona dial.
Underneath the word Rolex and above the word Cosmograph, it says Oyster. And that refers to these screw-down buttons here. They made this version with and without screw-down buttons.
That's correct. They made this version in a reference number 6239 with pump pushers.
And he goes, like that. So he's into it, and he's
Yeah.
interesting. But this guy's all over the internet. He's got 1 million subscribers, over 1 million subscribers,
And a
he
lovely
analyzes
smile.
people. Okay, thank you. So anyway, he's
Today I'm reacting to the updated watch collection of producer Michael.
Yeah.
I think
Look at
producer
him.
Michael should be honored that we're now making 2 videos about Michael. He's a good lad, like he's a good sport. And you know what? I'm not doing this alone. I'm doing this with the main man, Roman Sharp.
All right, so he's got there's a community out there that I think is interesting online, that is interesting with these guys that talk about watch. And the watch game is becoming something a little more fascinating to people, and people are more interested in these things. And I think he might be an interesting guy to talk to.
Do
so
you
if
buy
we get
his?
a chance,
Do
we
you
can
buy
that.
his theory about pilots making watches popular?
Oh, 1,000%,
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that it's something that the detail And once you really know it backwards and forwards, it's not that massive.
Wouldn't
it's not
you
like
wanna-
being it's not like being a wine expert.
Sure,
to be perfectly
right.
honest with you, I mean, there are a limited number of these things that are what would be described as collectible and investment watches. So, but the thing is, he does analysis on celebrities, Johnny Depp, Brad Pitt, all these people and their watch collection. But John Mayer apparently is quite a collector, and that's where this whole John Mayer Daytona came into existence, and that's how this thing got
Forgive me
popular.
for being a rube. Rolex makes a particular model, say this John Mayer with the green face, right?
It's the model they make is called a Daytona.
And then they just stop making it. And so it's a finite
I think
number?
it has to do. Look, it has to do with limited editions
Okay,
and
all right.
anything like that.
But they
So it's
released them
interesting.
at spring break, right?
What's that? What did he say? I'm sorry, I
They
missed
released
that.
them at spring break because that's why it's called Daytona.
It's a NASCAR watch.
Yeah.
Spring
Like-
break.
Yeah, they did it on the MTV house.
Yeah.
But I, since we didn't get the other guy, this
Brought
is
to you
a
by
backup
Rolex.
guy. And let me share
is
with
hilarious.
you how. And by the way, because I always
Here's
like
Eric
to
Nice.
see, I like to see how we get guests. So let me see. Okay.
Well, Mike, we don't.
So, we don't.
Yeah.
I have Nico information for you.
Yes.
Send an email to social media at his company
God, I wanna throw up.
with all the details. That's not
Robert Wood, why don't you send the email and then you prime the guy?
Right.
Please.
Send him a voicemail. Hi,
Hi.
this is Oyster Perpetual Watch. What do they
What-
mean by the
can you-
screw down buttons, by the way? When I've seen Oyster, but screw down means what? Is that like watertight because it like
Yeah,
seals?
I assume. You're supposed to dive with
Okay.
these
See, I
things.
get excited. If you want someone to come on the talk watches, may I suggest two people? Me and Nico Leonard. Nico would be as
Let's
be
give
much
Robert
better.
Wood a shot.
Really?
Yeah, talking head.
Yeah, let's see that it'll be his audition.
Well, get him on as a talking head, and we can have him talk
Yeah,
about
okay.
this guy. Sounds like he doesn't know this guy.
Yeah, but look, Mike, you all right? You and I, if he
I'm
has,
fine.
if he
Okay,
has
fine.
his own watch collection, Robert Wood, I'm interested in that.
All right.
Yeah, maybe he's got
Well,
his
no,
own
no. I
collection.
mean, no. I think I would much rather have Robert come on as a talking head. Sometime.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to have
Toe in
this
the
guy,
water type deals. Yeah.
Nico Oscar. It's funny when we're doing things on the air that should be done behind the scenes
No,
on
just-
the air. Yeah. Thank you for the
Hi,
idea, though,
Robert.
Oscar. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm a
Thank
friend.
you
How
very
about
much.
I'm a friend.
How about a spin-off podcast with Robert Wood?
Oh my God, there's a.
You know,
there's a
do you remember when you were responsible for getting people on the show and now you don't have that responsibility because it was taken away from you? You would show some interest in this. You don't. You could care less. You sit there
You see,
with
Mike,
your giant ham of a hand lying on the counter.
You've
and
already
you don't
passed
care.
judgment. I've already got his name written down.
No, you're not going anywhere. Oscar, you're taking care of this.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
I can hear Pony through the glass.
I'll call him Hezekiah. We're interested in talking about the Hublot. Big Bang, MP11.
No, we'll get. No, listen. The thing is, if we get that guy on, he'll
yeah, I don't
answer.
mind.
He'll
It takes-
answer.
it
By
takes
the
2
way, you've
seconds.
got a
Breitling.
a watch that you've had. How many years? That Breitling,
This
that
Breitling?
you've had.
When did I get married?
Seems a million years
Yeah.
ago.
How banged up? is
13 years ago.
How?
No, I send it in to get it polished every 5 years.
Yeah, but they never put a battery in it.
Yeah.
It hasn't run in 13 years.
Is it how? What is the condition that it's in?
It's in good condition.
Like,
And what are you
it
wearing
needs to
on your
be-
wrist, Rob? What are you wearing?
I don't wear a watch.
Oh, you don't. Okay. Another man's thing he doesn't do. All right. Anyway, I'm just trying to.
Hey, here's
see- how
something
come-
I can
how
do.
Come
I
you
can
don't
say-
wear a watch? How come you
Why
don't wear
would
a
I
watch?
have a watch? I have a phone with me everywhere I go. I have clocks all over my house.
Because
I have a-
watches are a manly thing to have.
You know what else? Fuck you. It's not a manly thing to have.
Yes, it is.
Me.
He was just explaining
F
that.
me.
He was explaining that.
Oh, Nico, I'm sorry, I'm not a man.
Oh, so you don't give a shit. I understand. What do you care about? Do you want to get an old man to talk about black and white movies or something? What do you want to talk?
No.
You want to get Leonard Maltin again?
Why in the wide world would you? Why in the wide world would you call it a manly thing that I don't wear a watch?
It is a man's accessory.
It's not-
predominantly the volume of watches that you get on these websites is primarily men's watches. That's the point I'm trying to make.
The beauty of this show is that we're three different people, and here's where I'm the outlier. I don't wear a watch, and you know what? I do just fine. I'm on time every day.
That's
What about
true.
this guy who wears a watch and
Yeah.
he can't even get in the studio on time?
Why are you attacking me?
I'm the only person that's on time every day except for Pony, and he doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
now he's talking about you, Mike. Look at that.
Wait, you're an asshole.
Yeah. Guilty.
This man hasn't worn hard shoes. Well, he's just started wearing hard shoes in 2021. And
Does your dad wear watches?
That's just not his thing.
My dad wore a watch when he was in the business world, yeah.
Does he wear them now?
I don't think so.
Okay, just checking.
Because, Mike, he doesn't want to be a man anymore.
No, don't be so
Rob just
put off
doesn't- he
by
doesn't
that.
dress
No,
up.
you're
It's fine.
throwing it out to me like it makes me something lesser of a person for not wearing a
You
watch.
wore-
Go
you don't
back.
like-
Oscar,
you don't
stay
like
out of this.
sports.
You just attacked me.
You don't like
I'm not
sports.
going to stay out of this.
You don't like watches. You don't like
And you've
fast
also said numerous times on the show you hate me because I'm so happy. Do you know why I'm happy? Because I explore what I love. I don't wear a watch so people think I'm a man. I don't watch The Bachelor.
Fuck you.
What do you mean?
No, because so people wear a watch so people think I'm a man.
No.
Is
You
that
said-
directed at me?
No, not at all. It's directed at me when you said it's another manly thing you don't do.
It's true though.
He has been.
You cook and clean.
And you know what? Beautiful house too.
You have.
How was your beef bourguignon? How was your kitchen? Was it tidy afterwards?
I'm an inch deep and a mile wide, young man.
Yeah, you're more than an inch deep.
I know. I have a variety of interests.
As
I truly do.
As do I. I don't understand why it bothers you so much that I don't wear a watch.
Would you like to know why it bothers me?
Yeah.
It bothers me for two reasons.
Go
it
ahead.
bothers me because, every time we get on a new subject that I'm interested in, it's just you're not there. And sometimes it gets frustrating. I just wish once that there was besides Turner Classic Movies, we had more in common. So really, if you're going to break it down and you're going to analyze it, it probably comes from a place of friendship where I wish I had more in common with you. Is that so wrong after you have nakedly attacked me?
No, I was not the one who attacked first. I
did say
defending.
yes. Well, of course.
He said you're late.
Homina.
Of course, me homina.
You were just homina.
He said you were late all the time.
Okay, I just wish
I know,
sometimes
I never
you had
said- I never
more.
said-
I wish you had a wider variety of give a shit in your life. I wish you had more interests. I wish you did. And sometimes I think that it would make the show more interesting, if I'm being completely honest.
I understand
But as
that.
far as the manly thing, sometimes it's just meh. You know what I mean? It's like you got your interests, they never change, and they always stay the same. At least I'm exploring different horizons.
True.
I didn't give two S's about a watch 6 months ago. Didn't even know about the world. I'm always constantly trying to, try new things. And you diminish it by your lack of enthusiasm.
No, I don't
You might
diminish it at
not
all.
diminish it directly, but you diminish it by the fact that you don't participate in it.
Well,
because I look at you and I say, I don't wear a watch, and I go, well, there it is. We'll have another guy comes on the show that Rob doesn't care about.
It's not that I don't care. I've asked questions. I've found some of this stuff
You don't
fascinating.
really care, though. Really? Do you really care about the Super Bowl? Really?
Well, I mean, as a cultural event, yeah.
No. As a sporting event.
No.
Right. Do you really care about any sports as a sporting event?
No, not really.
There you go.
I think
so
it's
that's
stupid.
frustrating. And you think, there you go. For all the sports fans in our audience, Rob thinks sports are stupid.
There you go. People are allowed your opinion. You know that?
You think, but I don't care for many, many things, but I don't label them as stupid. But that's the real you. That's the way you really feel because you don't like sports. You think they're stupid.
No, I'm allowed to have an opinion. I mean, if I don't, why do I like sports? Because
you
they're
don't
smart?
like sports as an opinion, but calling them stupid?
To me, they're stupid.
What makes them stupid?
It is a huge, huge industry based on people playing a game. And there's, you know what? I can understand people that have a rooting interest if they had it, perhaps if they were brought up in a household where it was
Who's
very important.
now?
It's me, Mike. It's me. But if you were brought up in a household where sports were very important, I know you share a tremendous link with your father with the Red Sox. I can
My father liked
that.
a million different things. My father could do the New York Times crossword puzzle in ink.
We're not talking about that.
No, I'm just saying he was like me, an inch deep and a mile wide.
But what I'm saying is that if you come up in a household where sports are important to you, then I can understand it. But they weren't for me. And so, you know what?
You're blaming someone else?
No, I'm just saying it's the way I was
There
brought
are a lot
up.
of kids that came up in a single parent household that became star athletes.
And you're looking at one. But The thing is that
Why are you being all quiet now over there? How come you're
I'm
being
booking
all
your guest.
quiet? You're right now?
Yeah, because you asked me to book something. I want to get it over with, right?
Do it on your own time.
My
Oscar
own
doesn't
time.
have his own
This
time.
is my time.
We're doing a
Mr.
show.
Man.
We're doing
I
a
tried
show
to talk
right
to him
now.
earlier. You guys wanted to fight. I started doing something else.
No, but I mean, it's just like, and I'm sure you think watches are stupid too.
I
You
like
kind of
watches.
indicated that.
Not at all. I think they're very cool. But again, I don't see the need for one for me. And that's okay for me. If you want to
But I
wear a
just
watch or
think-
anyone
I think-
wants to wear a watch, I understand it. What I don't understand is like Oscar who wears a broken watch.
Yes.
Now, I understand that that's a lovely...
What do you mean a
It's-
broken
it's
watch?
jewelry.
Yeah, for Oscar, it's just jewelry.
Yeah.
Oscar's watch 9 times out of 10 has not got the right time on it.
Correct.
Are you talking about his nice
My
watch that he's
bracelet,
wearing
yes.
today?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, in fairness, the Cartier that my dad got me when he
Oh, I remember that.
when he
That's
said
an
that
expensive
I
watch.
hadn't done much for him, or he didn't think I was going to go to grad school, but he owed me something, and it was a really weird gift. But either way, it doesn't tell the right time, and it's at home, right?
Yeah.
So
And that's a link between him
The
and his
Cartier
dad.
doesn't tell the right
well,
time?
it probably needs a battery to be winded. I don't know. It's still in the box.
If you send me the kind of watch it is, and I think that's an automatic watch.
Okay.
So I don't think that needs a.
It's a Santos.
But I understand the link.
That's an automatic watch.
Yeah.
The link he has with his dad and that. You know what I share with my father
Do that
is
to it.
I share with my dad a love of movies and entertainment and showbiz and stuff like that. That's something that we relate to. That's
stupid.
what I have. It is stupid.
No, it's not. No, I don't mind you not liking something, but when you call it stupid, that's offensive because I think that, diversions, it's all about diversions, if we're talking about that. A watch to me is a diversion.
That's fine. And you know what? I have my own.
Hold on, Mr. Mouth, hold on. A watch is a diversion. A athletic contest is a diversion. They are what people do to divert themselves from the land of suck that can be day-to-day life.
Mike, what I was going to say is I have my own version of watches, and it's microphones. I have that microphone fixation the way you have a watch fixation. Fixation might not be the right word, but a fascination, a want to collect them. It means, and you know what? I'm sure to a lot of people, microphones are stupid, but not to me. And so, you know what? I don't feel that I need to apologize that I think sports are stupid, nor would I expect someone to apologize for thinking something else was stupid.
It's one thing not to like them, but to call them stupid, it's like, well, there are people that work
Well,
really hard
that's the reason that
to hone and refine a certain skill. And
That's
it makes
simply-
in many cases, it gives them a phenomenal living.
simply my opinion, and I'm allowed that.
That sports are stupid.
Yeah.
There it is. We have to take a
I
break,
will watch
all right?
golf.
Yeah, thank you. That's it. So sorry,
Very
sports
relaxing.
fans.
Doesn't it?
Send your emails to Rob.
That's
Yes.
Rob with two B's.
I think this highlights that the people we're not characters. This is who we are.
I know.
This just is.
I understand. I'm sorry. I mean, and I got into a fight with Rob, and he's having a bad day. Anyway, he's going to a funeral today. I'm a monster. We'll be right back.
it's my own funeral.
That's the house.
The whole fraternity system is filthy. Isn't that an indictment of our educational systems in general?
We're not going to sit here and listen to you badmouth the United States of America.
At the Greek letters point, do you know what the symbol is for the fraternity?
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
I know the name of the fraternity, but I don't know what the letters are that correspond to it.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
I didn't know. I think I don't. I can't tell you whether I think I knew or not.
Take it from Vaughn Leibowitz and pledge the funniest fraternity on campus. It's O'Mara House.
Wait till Otis sees us!
Get a TMOS bonus show subscription by clicking the link at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Sign up today with liberty and fraternity for all.
Oh, God. What a week. Anyway, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. KiwiCo knows a thing or two about delivering moments of discovery through fun, hands-on projects. Each month, they deliver super cool science, technology, and art projects for kids. There's something for every kid, from easy-to-follow instructions to kid-friendly materials. KiwiCo delivers everything needed to tinker and build straight to your door. Cultivate your child's natural creativity and curiosity by giving them tools to learn new skills and make new connections to the world around them. Discover the science of rainbows by making rainbow-themed art while exploring color theory. Explore engineering and the physics behind dominoes by building a real domino machine, and more. It can be hard to find creative ways to keep your children busy and challenged. KiwiCo does the legwork for you so you can spend quality time tackling projects together. Plus, there's no commitment. Pause or cancel anytime. Make 2023 the year of discovery with KiwiCo. Get 50% off your first month on any crate line at kiwico.com/TMOS. That's 50% off your first month at KIWICO.com/TMOS, people.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
You know, I was in Dillard's, which is a department store down here, and I was just looking for a gift for someone, and I spent a little time in the men's department, spent a little time in the jewelry department, looked at some of the watches, and then I went over to the Dillard's microphone department that they had.
How was it?
Did you pay with your Dillard's bucks?
You seem to be protesting about the manly thing.
What's going on?
Did that arrow hit close to home, maybe, or what's going on?
No, I just think it's way off base from your part.
Does
That's
Carrie
all.
ever say, "Be a man"?
No, she
Be
says,
a man. Strap on a watch.
No, she never says this. She'd have to talk
when you
to
get
me
a watch,
first.
you go like this. It's kind of
Oh
fun,
God,
you know?
I wish I could do that.
Yeah,
doing your white guy dance.
Do you tell her to strap on?
You mean like a penis or a dildo? Is that what you mean? Be
I just
clear.
swear we're talking out loud.
I see. Yes, Mike, we're just talking out loud.
Yes, we're doing a show.
That's right.
Are you done?
I was done a minute ago.
You what?
I was done a minute ago.
I'm on it.
All right.
I don't think Dillard's has a microphone department.
No, they don't. Anyway, I've got the news, but I just want to keep doing this because I have so much fun when I do it. I can't help myself.
I'm here.
I can't do it. I can't go on to the news. I just want to talk about you. I really want to talk about you.
Yeah, he really scratched an itch.
Do you understand? I know I offended you, obviously, but I mean, do you understand why I get frustrated sometimes?
Yeah.
Why? But tell me why I get frustrated.
Because
that's not fair to you. I'm not going to tell you why I get mad at you.
You get mad at me because in your mind, I am not bringing as much to the show as the average guy because my life is very small.
It's not small.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
You move on now.
That is the correct answer.
There you go. That was. Thank you. Oh, great. And now I lost my thrum. God
what?
damn it. The thing that goes shunk after every story.
Oh, I don't even think I have that.
I don't think you do either.
I can do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, do it.
No, I'll do it. I was surprised you.
You go, shung.
I got it.
Well, I have to start the first story now.
Shunk.
One of the greatest sex symbols of all time is no more. Raquel Welch. Oh, man. Passed away yesterday. She was 82. No word yet on the cause of death.
Oh, they did. They announced what killed her. She had too many watches.
Wow.
How dare you?
Really? Raquel, the first sex symbol in my life that I identified with, I just thought she was the hottest
1
thing in
million
the
years
world.
BC, Mike, in the fur bikini.
She was so sexy. Her big break was the 1966 sci-fi classic that was Fantastic Voyage. That same year, she wore her iconic animal skin bikini in the movie Robb was talking about. It was even promoted as mankind's first bikini in 1 million years BC. It was her poster the warden rips away to uncover how Andy escaped in the Shawshank Redemption. Raquel spent her final years mostly out of the spotlight and unattached. In 2015, she said, quote, "I don't like to have a man because I'm too set in my ways. I like what I do. I actually enjoy being me, and I make a very good living at it. And I'm happy." It's very, very interesting that somebody that was that desirable and that iconic in the world of sex symbols would have ended up without a partner in the last years of her life. It's very, very interesting to me.
Just a quick note, proud daughter of a Bolivian aeronautical engineer.
I didn't know that.
Raquel Welch?
Yes.
Really? I had no idea. And of course, if you go back to the movie Cocoon, which is also now an old movie.
Yes.
Tawny Welch, who is the hot alien that Steve Gutenberg falls for, the daughter of Raquel Welch, who is now probably 60s?
She's got to be in her 60s, Mike.
I would think.
Back in 1968, Johnny Carson asked Raquel Welch what she felt like being a sex symbol. And this, to me, was kind of what we heard in that recent Pamela Anderson documentary. So maybe the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Not anymore. In the beginning, I used to get a little bit perturbed because it seemed to, I don't know, there seemed to be a stereotyped idea of what a sex symbol was, sort of vapid and not too bright and not with much ability. Or it makes you feel that you're limited in some way, and so you kind of fight against it. But I don't think that you can really fight against an image. It's something that you can't control.
Yeah, that's true. And it is what Pam Anderson said, too. And she also had just a sexy way of a great sexy voice, too.
Oh, yeah.
Which I always thought was fun to watch her. 7-time, I need a shoon.
Good job.
7-time Super Bowl champ, 3-time MVP, 15-time Pro Bowler, and now Cat Daddy. Tom Brady has just officially added that last title to his resume this week because TMZ Sports has learned he adopted 2 Siamese mixed kittens. Daddy Day, Daughter Day. We're told the former Tampa Bay Buccaneers star got the kitties after he and his daughter Vivian fell in love with animals while volunteering at the Humane Society of Tampa Bay this past season.
This is so great to watch him truly begin to control the narrative of his post-career.
Swoosh.
Yeah.
Who knows? He's trying. He's trying. You know, he's doing it for his kids, maybe.
Thonk.
I don't know. By the way, death in the family here. Miles the fish.
Oh.
Safe
Oh,
home.
no.
Shung. Machine Gun Kelly's female guitarist Sophie Lloyd has responded to rumors claiming she's the reason behind the singer's alleged split from Megan Fox. Sophie Lloyd is a professional, accomplished musician who has been needlessly dragged into the media based off meritless accusations made by social media. Her management team exclusively told Page Six in a statement that came out yesterday. Any suggestion that she has ever acted in an unprofessional manner or stepped out of her relationship are untrue. It's disrespectful to her as a female artist and poor journalism and social commentary to be reporting anything else.
Thunk.
Rumors that his guitarist was doing.
What
that,
about her
so.
ex-husband, Christopher?
Christopher Lloyd. All I know, if she's banging that tattooed skinny bastard, I'll have a word with her. Here's an easy way to... all right, hold on. All right, hold on.
No.
I'm going to put my own in there. Here's an easy way to give yourself a boost. A study found there's one thing you do each day to make yourself happier. Have at least one solid conversation with someone. Researchers found it helps with stress and anxiety and makes us feel more connected. They identified 7 different types of communication that qualify as a solid conversation. So any of these 7 things should work. Joking around, catching up, having a deep, meaningful talk, showing care, valuing the other person's opinion, offering sincere compliments, and even just listening. Any of these types of conversations, at least once a day, make us happier, but you definitely don't have to limit yourself to just one person. In the study,
Sounds like a synopsis of this show.
Yes, it's what we do every day.
Yeah.
People who have multiple quality conversations a day saw an even bigger boost. So there's that.
That's your new divider.
Doors closing.
Everybody having fun today?
Well, I'm trying to find sound effects.
For the first time ever, adults in the U.S. will spend more time. Hey, yeah, I know. I'll get it back. For the first time ever, adults in the U.S. will spend more time watching digital content on platforms like Netflix, TikTok, and YouTube than traditional TV. Linear TV in 2023 will average under 3 hours a day. Oscar, to be honest with you, as opposed to looking for different sounds, I'd love you to sort of share the stories and participate.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'm turning that off.
So Netflix and YouTube are...
Never mind. Please, I was trying to find a swoosh.
See y'all later.
Oh, you're gonna collapse the show?
See you
Come
later.
back.
Ah, boys. See ya.
You want to be a baby in front of the entire country? The world? Grow up. Are you kidding me? That was funny. America? We'll know if we see you later or not.
We'll be back.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the show. All right, we stopped tape down there. I'll be honest with you because I just had a moment where and I apologize for having that moment for the listeners, and I had to step out for a little bit, and then we reconvened. and chatted a little bit and decided to come back on the show. It's a difficult time this particular week. We've had many, many difficult times in the last year. And I just felt as though I was doing a show and two other guys were doing another show. And as opposed to staying on the air or staying with the mics open and the cameras open and yelling at Rob and Oscar, which would have made me look like a monster again, I decided that I would take a powder. And that's when Oscar was, we should keep in the part about Oscar calling me a baby for dumping out. And, if you want to call me a baby for doing that, I cop to it. I shouldn't have done it. I don't walk off many shows, and I don't like walking off a show. But it's been a tough time for everybody. Rob and I were butting heads before that on the show. And as I was telling the guys before we came back on the air, it got to a point where as opposed to just having a full-fledged meltdown, which probably would be entertaining to some people, I just needed to get away for a second, take a deep breath before I started screaming and yelling, because it was frustrating me that this week has been tougher than most. I can't tell you why. I've done shows where we've lost people. I've done shows where most recently we were thinking, Oscar and I were at least, that we were going to lose the third wheel on this show. But for some reason, this week has been an odd week. And it's been harder. I speak for myself personally. I don't know about the other guys. It has been harder for me to come in and do these shows than it has in the past. And sometimes that happens. That's just the real deal. And so what I said to the guys is sometimes when I am driving the bus on this car or driving the car, sorry about that, I will be cruising along and I feel as though nobody else is coming along for the ride. And when that happens, I get pissed off. And it's happened multiple times, but usually we just power right through it. Somebody's got a little aside. Sometimes it's minor, sometimes it's major. It's very rarely dwelled on, and we move past it. But we rarely show our dirty laundry in public, and I'm showing it to you now because I feel responsible for it. And sometimes when Oscar says, next time just walk out and don't tell anybody, he's probably right. Say, hey, let me take a minute here. Probably could have handled that without doing it right on the air. But I was pissed. And I let my ass show, and it happens. And it happens once in a while. It's real. It's real emotion. And there are times when I would like to edit a show out and come back and pretend that nothing happened. And then there are other times when I feel like I want to own it because it's my fault. I'm the one that did it, all right? It's not my fault that I got into it with Rob. It's not my fault that Oscar was looking in his phone for sounds when I would have rather had him interact with me a little bit more. But it's my fault for blowing it up and walking out. And it happens. Everybody has their days with whatever they do, and it was as I said to the other guys, it's just been. I can't tell you why. Yeah, well, you might say the obvious. Obviously, when you lose somebody that's close to the show, but that was just the idea of coming in and trying to be a little more up than you really are, and that is a different kind of. I won't use the word pressure because I do not feel pressure doing these shows.
Energy.
I feel joy.
Yeah.
It's a different energy.
Good
and
call.
The energy makes you occasionally want to scream out loud. And in this particular case, I wanted to scream out loud at the two guys that I work with. And maybe in a way I was doing that during the show when I was giving Rob a hard time. And Rob gave it right back because Rob's going to bury his godmother and his mother's sister today. So he's got a shitty day in front of him.
Well, we're all at I think at a boiling point. I mean, it's not like me in retrospect to throw it back at you. That's not our relationship on air.
I know. And it's also, but really, if you want to go do another deep dive, if I can admit to my own responsibility, this is not a day where I do the usual Rob shtick. This is a day where, and I think maybe subconsciously, Oscar, you probably picked up on this too and didn't like it. I'm not sure, but I felt that. I felt as though this is not the day for me to do that, to pick on you for whatever reason. This is the day, and there are days, listen, there are days that we all pick on each other. It happens, but this was not the day to do that.
Yeah,
this was the day.
You speak as gospel. I think that whether or not we communicated it, and we probably should have communicated it better to each other where we are. I'll tell everybody right now, I'm hurting pretty bad right now.
Yeah.
And I got a long week ahead of me. It's still.
Yeah.
And I probably reacted in a uncharacteristic way to that, probably, and that throws the rhythm of the show off.
It does.
For me and for you as well.
Yeah.
But I've never lost. I take the friendship out of it. He was my best friend, but
a lover.
And a lover, a giving lover. Mm-hmm. But Mike, the first time I've lost a contemporary. I've lost relatives, but they've always been older, and in many cases I've seen it coming. But I've never had a close friend that I've lost. And my head is so messed up right now.
Yeah.
The show has helped me sort it out a little bit this week, but to go home and say, well, you know what? Today was a day that we got through. I wasn't proud of anything we were doing this week. I can't find words that I want to find sometimes because I'm just so screwed up in my head right now. I'm not saying that it's not going to get better. It is going to get better. Yeah, I'm not the only person that's ever been through this. Everybody goes through this. But this is my first time. And it was, the rhythm is just, it's off, you know? It's something that we do when all other things are equal. The three of us can do this show standing on our heads, and it's butter smooth because we know and we love each other. But we're all in a weird place right now, I think. And
well, I'm the one that bailed and immediately got called on it. And keep that in, Pony. When this show is edited in post, keep the one where Oscar called me a baby. Because when I get up to Washington, D.C., I'm going to kick his Bolivian ass right across the park.
And Pony, I don't want you inserting any insults from yourself.
Don't be a baby. Don't be a baby. I'm still not going to forgive you for that. Let's go right to the kicker of the news. Okay. Shall we do that? Thank you. And can you might not have that. I'll find another one. No, you had it originally. That was yours.
We'll send it to you.
You found that.
I found the from.
I'll look and see if I have.
We can just get it off an old show and send it to you. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Authorities say a man and his child were getting a ball from the creek in Overfield, Pennsylvania, when they saw a plastic bag with what looked like a human foot sticking out of it. See how quickly we can get back on track?
Yes.
Officers and the county coroner came to the scene to observe the bag, but did not touch or move it. That's according to police. Officials say the foot was extremely lifelike, and Pennsylvania State Police was called in to offer assistance. It was then that investigators determined the contents of the bag were not human remains. In a Facebook post, police do that. They really do. They do it down here in Florida. They wrote, "We've seen this item referred to as a mannequin online. That really isn't accurate. This was a lifelike silicone item used for self-gratification."
Oh, no.
Police say the foot observed through the bag was extremely detailed, all the way down to the French pedicure it had. Look, we make fun of Pony all the time, but at least he has the decency to put his old love dolls in the recycling bin.
That's there right. We go.
Yeah, worth it.
Yeah, there. Wanted to get that. I wanted to at least get that on. I wrote it. Anyway, we will take a break now. When we come back, I don't know.
Something.
We'll talk about something right here. And there, a little window into our souls. I'm a baby.
F you.
Power 95. Twitch patrol lines are open. Hi, who's this?
I shouldn't tell you.
Why? Do I know you?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Is this Jim Amato?
No.
Have I had fun with you within the past 2 months?
Yes.
Okay, that cuts it down to 1,000. Are you Rick Schofield?
No.
Are you Jolene White?
No.
Are you Linda Hart?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm waiting for for you to get tickets to the Mike O'Mara live show in New Orleans on April 15th at 8 p.m. at the House of Blues.
Because of you, I'll be in New Orleans.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. If you are looking to get your financial future organized, if you don't have life insurance yet, that should be at the top of your list. Fabric by Gerber Life is what you need, with life insurance and other family finance solutions all in one place. Fabric has great policies like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. Fabric was specifically designed to give parents like you affordable term life insurance. Plus, Fabric has a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can cancel at any time. Fabric was designed by parents for parents to help you get a high-quality, surprisingly affordable term life insurance policy in less than 10 minutes. You could be offered coverage instantly with no health exam required. Protect your family today with Fabric by Gerber Life. Apply today in just 10 minutes at meetfabric.com/TMOS. That's meetfabric.com/TMOS, MEET, fabric.com/TMOS. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company. Not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. Welcome back to the show. Whoa, whoa. Oscar has wanted to talk about the Ohio train derailment, and
down by the river,
which is not to be confused with the show derailment when Oscar just decided to walk off the show. Let's bring him
revisionist history.
Yeah, there you go. Well, technically, though, right? I walked off and then he walked out.
Yes.
Well, I almost as opposed to continuing the show, right?
I was still at work, though. You just walked out of your studio. Technically, you were in your home. You went home. He went home.
Well, he was home.
Yeah, but
I didn't get out of this chair.
Really? What'd you do?
Get out of the chair.
You turned your camera off.
I steamed.
Oh,
wow!
At you.
It's like I can't.
No,
I went back to my volunteer work, but Tony said he's back.
I don't like being called a baby. I don't mind bastard.
Who's ever called you a baby on the show? That's the first time.
You have. You've done it before. Don't be a baby. You say that a lot to people.
And also, Mike, but I mean
people.
I mean it when I use it, it's sweet. Like, how you doing, baby?
Well, that's how you greet me.
Sorry, we don't have HR anymore.
That's how you greet me each day.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby. We had an engineer that would say that all the time. You think he's up in HR?
Oh, that's right.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
Let me take this opportunity to say hello to Gransville Jones.
Yeah. Yes.
Otherwise known as Bear.
Good man, Bear.
Engineer, recording artist, gospel singer.
Yes. I remember he hated working with Aretha Franklin. Said she wouldn't.
Did he really?
Yeah, she wouldn't turn on the air conditioning. He hated that.
And she was a bit of a diva. That was the for the late great Aretha Franklin. Yeah. So Oscar's been talking about it. I have been reading bits and pieces, but I am not really into. Is this a derailment that has resulted in a chemical leak that has resulted in danger to the air and water? Correct.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay. Very good.
The company's Northern Southern. That's the rail company that was transporting these chemicals.
Sounds rather indecisive to me.
Yes. So, and the town is East Palestine, Ohio. The reason why I want to talk about this is because in 2023, the way that news travels so much faster than it did in, let's say, 2015. And a lot of misinformation travels, the right information moves. But we've learned one thing, that if you don't say anything and you don't get ahead of an issue or address it in a timely manner, you are effed. You're just effed.
So you're talking about the rail service.
Yes. And so the EPA is out there.
Environmental Protection Agency.
5 hours ago, there was supposed to be a big press conference with people from the town, the local government, and Northern Southern was supposed to show up. They were no-showed to the town hall to talk to the residents. And what's happening, for those of you not in the know, is after this chemical spill, which they burned off because it had so many carcinogens that they said they had no other way.
Did they burn it off because they didn't want it to get into the river?
Well, they also didn't want it to explode, right? So it was a controlled, from what I'm reading.
It was two different chemicals that shouldn't mix.
Correct.
Mixed.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why I left the show earlier.
I believe that.
I didn't want it to
call
explode.
You and say, whatever your meds are at, please up it by half.
I took a break. I lit myself on fire.
So I guess the end result is you now have multiple reports of fish dying in creeks, ponds, the household pets, farm animals passing away or falling gravely ill.
Beta fish gone.
And
too soon.
I'm sorry.
They had a resident on this morning on CNBC, just as a quick, they don't really do these deeper dives into the news because it's financial, but as I'm watching, it made, like, I don't know as a family what I would do because it's all financially based. Like, can you leave? Can you go somewhere else?
Some people don't have a place to go.
But
so is your point that you're frustrated with the fact that the information hasn't gotten out to the people that need it the most in a timely manner?
I am shocked that there are people in local government, the federal government, and in business that don't see, or either they see what's going on and for, litigation purposes, they're not saying anything. But the longer that they don't address this at a very high level to communicate with the people in the town, I feel like these people are in grave danger.
This story, they have done such a good job
of covering.
This is not a headline that I get on my usual stuff. I remember it yesterday, of course, when it started burning. When they started burning it, it got more attention than when we first had the spill.
Yesterday, story, the first story on the nightly news.
It was?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
all right, well, that contradicts that.
But George Santos did apologize for derailing the train.
Are you sure that Lester Holt had that? It wasn't Machine Gun Kelly's guitar player?
Absolutely.
Lloyd.
All right.
My question to you all, I think I'd see that and just get my family out right away.
I would too, yeah.
And even I'd go stay with family if I could elsewhere.
I'd be on my deck cracking a natty bow and going, it's fine.
Do you?
Beer's never tasted colder.
In a world of being your own advocate.
Yeah.
Like what?
Which I am.
Yeah. What the hell? And in 2023, how the hell does this happen? Which is crazy.
I mean, when you say being your own advocate, nothing has changed appreciably just because of the information technology that we have now, just because of the methodologies that we have for disseminating information to people. It doesn't change the structure of the evil corporations.
True.
And the cowardice in government from the top, from the White House down to the lowliest county commissioner. This is garbage. I see it all the time down here. I see it all the time. We just watched it with COVID. There's cowardice because people want to keep their gigs.
Yeah.
I saw it during Hurricane Ian, where the manager down on Fort Myers Beach, who effed up as far as letting people know, get the hell out, you're going to die. Did they do it in a timely fashion? It's debatable. But really, if you wanted to err on the side of being super safe, it's the same thing with this. And when you say that the key to this whole discussion is when you're talking about being your own advocate. Have a plan. Look, who knows when a train's going to derail? Who knows they even leave? How many people that live in Americana with freight rail lines in back of their house that are hauling unbelievably toxic chemicals?
Of course, yeah.
How many people even know that, first of all? And secondly, how many people have a plan? They don't. Down here, at least, when it comes to our natural disaster of a hurricane, have a plan. Have a plan.
Yeah.
Signs, evacuation routes, signs, evacuate. They don't have that. They don't have any of that when it comes to this. So they are even more at the mercy of the great corporate entity that immediately starts thinking about litigation and the government officials that have their heads up their asses.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that what you're frustrated about is, in spite of the information technology, it's not the information technology. It has nothing to do with it.
This is how eerie. They had a reporter on one of the news outlets walk up to the cruise that had what they called a black hose, a PVC hose, and a white hose in the creeks. Like they were working on the water system. And they walked up to them and said, hey, like, what are you guys doing? Are you pulling water out? Are you testing water? Are you putting, some sort of solvent in? And they're like, you got to talk to the guys at the top of the hill. They told us to tell me, press to walk to the top of the hill, like screaming, like they've primed these contractors to not talk to anybody. Which which is just so eerie. There's dead fish in the creek, or as one lady said, crick. Felt for her. And I feel for these people.
Mike, we have audio from the press conference.
All right, let's listen, please.
My God.
Oh, no.
Now they're lighting it on fire.
Get out of there, Jimmy.
Very good. Jimmy's on car number 4. So what do you think the end game is? Are they going to solve this problem?
I think you got it. Look, if you're out there, if you're not giving the answers, don't wait.
Get out.
Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get out and find out. If you ever will.
And keep your receipts.
See, that's my point. Will you ever?
Yeah.
Will they ever let you know if that puddle that's glowing green in your backyard?
They've already found emails from Northern Southern executives and people that are whistleblowing from the inside saying, we warned this company about how big this 14-ton truck or rail car.
Yeah.
That it's too big and it's too dangerous to go through towns.
There you go. Stay tuned. More to come on that. We'll see what happens with that. Be very afraid. And once again, though, and I say this from every aspect of American life, be your own advocate.
Yeah.
Make your own wheels squeak. That's the only way to get stuff done. So I'm getting the needles tomorrow. Yeah, sure. Walked right in there. Anyway, we got to take a break. We'll come back with what's coming. Do we have one more break before it's downtown?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Learn how to win big and get the secrets on chowing down. All on this week's bonus show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Coin Pusher.
That was shot on an iPhone 6.
Do I look like I don't get nauseous? Small French fries. If you're putting bundle on something, you effers, that is not a bundle.
I will have a quarter pounder and a scrot of fries.
Stuff some circus peanuts down my throat and then top it off with lo mein. I'm not getting nausea. It's basically alcohol with lemonade. You don't know anything about that, do you?
Let's change the topic.
You can't win if you don't play, and you won't laugh until you subscribe. Win big on hilarity today at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Please go shopping. We're on fire.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Here is a scary but very true fact. Every day, your home movies and precious photos are slowly fading away. They fade away in closets, or worse, they break down because of the dampness of your garage or the heat in your attic. Digitizing your old media with Legacy Box stops the fading and allows you to preserve those recorded moments so that they are safe and sound forever. Join the over 1 million families that have trusted Legacy Box and digitize your memories today. We've all used Legacy Box and we all love it. Imagine the peace of mind that you can have knowing that all your memories are safe and sound for countless generations to come. It feels good. Legacy Box is a super simple mail-in service to have all of your videotapes, your camcorder tapes, your film reels, your pictures. They convert them to perfectly preserved digital files, and they keep them safe forever. Don't let your photos continue to fade. Buy a Legacy Box today at legacybox.com/TMOS and save 40% for a limited time only. Just visit legacybox.com/TMOS. That's legacybox.com/TMOS. Yes, it's a day of needles. One more day of needles, then another day of needles tomorrow. Today, I get my fat person needle, which is the drug that a lot of people are taking around the country that reduces your appetite. They did warn me that the last day, it lasts a week. It kind of wears off after a week. So the last day before you get your little shot, you get a little, and I felt that a little bit. I felt that just
increased
a teeny
hunger?
tiny. Little increased hunger. Lost about 0.2 of a pound when I expected to lose about 1.5 pounds. And I realized when I went to the Publix grocery store and got my son a 6-inch little sandwich that he wanted, that he said, I don't like the ham on this, Dad. And I was like, well, I guess I won't cook when I get home. I won't cook my protein. I guess I'll have some carbs. And I ingested that, and it lives to bite you. But tomorrow is the day where they will lay me out under an x-ray machine, and they will take very long needles, and they will jam them into my spine. And we will see what happens.
You get lidocaine, though, right? So it's not as oppressively painful?
No, they give me wild turkey bourbon.
Oh, not even the good stuff.
Just right there, and a stick.
What is the level of pain for those?
Well, this is called the Civil War Pain Shot. And what happens, Oscar, is I walk in and they give me a stick, and they don't amputate unless you get a fever.
Yeah.
If you get a fever, they chop.
Rusty needles?
Rusty. Well, rusty, but cleaned with steel wool to get the rust off.
They clean them in the Ohio River.
This is the third bite of the apple for this particular physician, and I'm going to look him in the eye tomorrow, and in the nicest way possible, talking about being your own advocate, I'm going to say, don't miss. Don't miss.
I think it's good, Mike, that you're still with old Dr. Mead.
Yeah,
I think
it's going to be
great.
fun. Let me see what you get there. It's Gabby Hayes that'll be working on me. Let's see. Okay, why don't you jam it in there? That'll take the pain away. We'll see. I don't even know really what's happening.
I do remember your last diagnosis when he said the back should feel better, but that leg's got gangrene. It's got to go.
Yeah, take the leg. Yeah, he starts a toe at a time, though. That's the way. No, they numb it up, and then you feel a little sign. If you feel a lot, that's a good sign. I think.
Yeah, well, that's what they tell you. Yeah. You're going to feel a slight pressure.
You walk in, it's kind of it's got a little black light on in the background, kind of looks like a rave, and the doctor looks you in the eye and he says, "Hello." It's ready to go. He's sitting there with the thing going. No, I've had it done now.
Isn't he the only doctor in town?
Fourth or fifth time doing it.
He's the only doctor in town with a pacifier.
Yeah. Supposed to be a 3-pronger where they do this. If it works, they see how long it works. Then they do another one, and then I don't know. I got to ask him a lot of questions. This was me just getting in, just trying to get in and get it done.
I'm curious because both my mom and my dad have had certain procedures done,
right?
And it works on my father, and it doesn't work on my mom. Strangely enough.
It's very inexact science, I believe. We'll see what happens with it. There's not a lot they can do, which is fun because it's like bone on bone and that type of thing. But it's also where the only thing that really inhibits my lifestyle is my inability to get out there and participate in a sport that's probably very bad for the condition I have. So I'm asking him to help me do something that's bad for it. I walk well. I walk well.
No,
I get up and down well.
As an exercise. I mean, are you walking around the block or like doing something?
I get up, go to the water dispenser on my refrigerator, fill it up with water, put my liquid IV in, walk back to my couch, get up, walk my dog, take my dog out. As far as long-term walking, not as much as I should be.
Yeah.
Like what?
Which is really none.
If you were to check your phone, like 80 steps or...
I have a phone that's got that in it.
The health
it's not
app,
my Noom, it's my MyFitnessPal.
Yes.
Yeah. Pal.
I asked because my mom just started walking, and she's on the same medicine or similar medicine you're on.
And what's it called again?
She's on Ozempic.
Oh, okay.
And then so it took her roughly a month to get the weight to start come off. That you could actually see it in her face. I'm like, okay, this is wild. She's already lost 15 pounds.
That's great.
She started walking, and she's lost another 10.
Yeah, that's what they tell me.
Yeah,
I'm doing baby steps.
Okay, fair.
Baby.
Yeah, if you can walk with a bad back, if you want to get the I guess as I told my mom, with this struck a chord with her. I said, you keep on complaining about how expensive this medicine is.
Right.
How about you get the most out of it by doing a little extra to maximize what's happening?
You're right. I'm going to take your advice that you gave your mother, Oscar, and I'm going to take it to heart, and that's me too. Because if I did that, I think it would accelerate things.
It would trigger this whoa, what's happening
so.
here?
Yeah, I'm happy with the results. I'm happy with the results.
Yeah.
I'm wearing smaller clothing that I've worn. That's a big deal for me. But I want it to be a little faster. So we'll see what happens.
Well, that weight loss and the increased metabolism, that'll help fight any sort of diabetic stuff going on too.
Yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all winter. It's all winter.
I'm really looking forward to the color coming back in my feet. I really am. I'm looking forward
Not
to
me.
Should be special. So, Fat Man Needle today.
Yeah.
Back Needle tomorrow. Needled on the show today. That's if you're keeping
score.
I'm over that. Isn't that fun? I am. I'm really over that. That's how weird I am. Anyway, seemed like the end of the world 15 minutes ago. We'll be right back.
Romeo and Juliet.
Love you, Twitch.
Anthony and Cleopatra.
I know.
Bogey and Bacall.
Love you.
Add to that list another one of the world's greatest love stories.
My fave.
Mike and Carla O'Mara. Their love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Their love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. And nowhere is that love story more on display than the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Yes, fall in love with love again and again with a Mike O'Mara bonus show subscription. Lovingly tap the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com and order the TMOS bonus show today. You'll love it, just like Carla loves Mike.
She really does do the dishes like that.
Like
welcome
she
back to the
hates
Michael
the
Mara Show.
dishes.
She hates them, yes. Here's a message from Sleep Number. Sleep is essential to your physical, your mental, and your emotional well-being. So, what if you could know what's happening in your body while you're sleeping and how your nights are impacting your days? Well, guess what? With the Sleep Number smart bed, you can see. You can do it. You can see your biometrics and how well you're sleeping with Sleep IQ technology and get daily tips to help you improve your sleep and energy. Plus, did you know that 8 out of 10 couples prefer a different mattress firmness? The Sleep Number smart bed lets you adjust the firmness on each side and change it whenever you'd like. Partner snoring? Sleep Number has a solution for that too. With a FlexFit smart and adjustable base, you can gently raise your partner's head. They don't even know it's happening at the touch of a button to help alleviate the snoring. So if he's bothering you or she's bothering you, you do a little adjustment to it. Bingo, bango, you're all set. My Sleep Number setting now is a 45. I'm on a soft mattress setting right now, and I feel great. Carla remains a 65. Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? So you can be at your best for yourself and those you care about most. And now discover special offers for a limited time at your local Sleep Number store or at sleepnumber.com/TMOS.
Sound.
We call this stereophonic sound.
Soundtown.
Mike, don't be fooled. Bowling is still red hot. As a matter of fact, one of the things that Robert wants to bring back to school with him is his bowling ball.
Yeah, Carla wants us to join a league. Carla actually wants us to join a bowling.
They've got 12 lanes at the what is it, the Lair?
Yes,
I didn't realize
Mountain Lair.
Yeah, they have at the Mountain Lair, which is like the community center for students at WVU. They've got bowling, so he's going to.
I'd like to take a black light to those bowling balls.
When you join the league, are you going to walk off?
You know what?
That's
an interesting. You really got me with that one. There you go. F you.
I had a ball
All right,
strike.
Go ahead.
Later,
thank
guys.
you.
There is a league in
I'm
Illinois.
not playing with you guys anymore. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
Literally.
Take his bowling ball. There's a guy in Illinois named Ed Berthold. He's in a league that is 50 for people 50 years and older bowling. He's 103 and he's still bowling. And so here's the leader of the league and also Ed himself.
It's amazing. I mean, to look at him, you wouldn't think he was over maybe in his 80s.
My father died at 39, tuberculosis. When I compare that to what happened to me, I wish that I was a few years younger.
And so, bowling at 103.
The fact
That's
that
amazing.
you're still doing something at that age is crazy.
I know. I think it's pretty
I
awesome.
love it. Spectacular.
I love it.
I really do.
Meanwhile, there's Tony and Francis Toto, Mike. They've been married for over 40 years, and it hasn't been easy because 40 years ago, Francis hired a teenage hitman to kill her husband. And he's
Oh, wow. Hold on, Rob. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I got
Breaking
to
news?
share this. Yes, showbiz news. Ryan
Just broke.
Seacrest is leaving Live with Kelly Ripa, and she's going to be joined by husband Mark Consuelos permanently.
What happened?
Wow.
She likes her attention, and I think perhaps Mark will give her the attention she
No,
requires.
I don't know.
Hold on. Wait, I found a story.
Please.
Seacrest was reading a news item with Kelly Ripa, and she started making fun of him, and he decided to leave the show.
Oh, no.
Called her a baby.
Yeah.
And after he walked off set, producer Michael Gelman referred to Seacrest as a big baby.
It's sad. Mike, I actually have tape of that incident. This is from Live with Kelly and Ryan.
That's wrong. That's the
wrong one.
Just a callback.
Yes.
Okay.
And by the way, if you want to know what kind of content you're going to get from Consuelos,
Yes.
Martin, this is how he'll start every show.
Hello.
And every show. That's it.
Thank you
That's
very
all he's
much.
got.
Wow.
Anyway, Mike.
Good story.
Tony and Francis Toto, the wife 40 years ago hired a hitman, and he tried to kill the husband 5 times.
Wow.
He's forgiven her.
Oh, my God.
Which is
the husband is forgiving the wife who hired the hitman
40 years ago, which I think is nice.
Twice, one in the back of my head and one...
Oh, he's talking, first of all, about how he was shot twice.
He got shot?
Twice, Mike. Listen to this.
Twice, one in the back of my head and one... And the bullet went right through the chest.
And the one in his head is still there. I don't think I was thinking straight. It was like a love-hate kind of a thing.
And then we both cry and we say to each other, you know, from now on, let's talk, let's communicate better. Something that we should have done before.
Yeah, you think?
And I've called you passive-aggressive?
That's crazy.
Mike, the bullet in his head is still there.
Wow. And she's saying it like, man, well, the bullet in his head fired by the guy that I hired to kill him is still in his head. Let's have waffles.
And the thing that troubles me the most is that it was a teenage hitman. So she's boning him, right? Yeah. So,
like the Long Island
his
Lolita.
name, Mike McIntosh.
Mike, that's all I got.
There you go. He blew it again. You know,
a man in an orange sweatshirt shot me twice.
Wow. Well, what an interesting day.
Yes.
Listen, Rob,
we're all good,
our
right?
sympathies to...
we're 100%.
Thank you.
There's no
Hard
lingering.
feelings.
I don't have any lingering hostility.
Babies have short memories.
I thank you very much. Thank you for that, bastard. Rob, seriously, condolences to your entire family on the loss of your aunt, and I hope you have a good send-off for her today. And once again, we will be back on Monday with another show. To the family of Mark Riddell, specifically his mom, his 94-year Bernadine.
Yes.
And to his daughters, Sammy and Rachel, our condolences. And by the way, they will be posting information for services, right?
Yes.
Is it a family service or is it going to be open to...
you know what? They've been vague. I know they posted some stuff
They'll
on
dial
his
that
Facebook
in. They've got
page.
a week.
Of course, you've got some time.
They're doing a funeral for him a week from Monday, so there'll be time. Please let the dust settle and let them figure out what they want to do.
I'll post it. I know I'm fair friends with most of the people that are within the sound of our voice right now. I'll post it on my Facebook page. It's a
we'll
great
let you
way
know
to get the info
what's
out.
appropriate, what's not, and all of that. So, tough week. We'll be back with a brand new one next week, and who knows when I'll walk off the next time.
Oh, boy.
Very exciting. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Michael Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
I think I just wet myself.